Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Medioker Poker. I am Amanda Bonanza, and with me, as always, is Rayna Sunshine. Say hello,
Hello.
Rayna. Hi,
Hi,
there she
everyone.
is. She's here. She's going to be doing commentary. She's going to be asking clarifying questions. And today we are playing PLO 25, which means a $25 buy-in. I believe the blinds are probably like 10 cents, 25 cents. That's probably what the blinds are. So 10.25 are going to be the blinds. Um, and the max buy-in is $25, which equals 100 big blinds, which is why I have 100 blinds. Today, our focus is going to be on watching our opponents play and trying to determine if their raise is capped or uncapped. And so what that means is someone with a capped range does not have the nuts in their hand. We don't think they have the nuts because of the way they bet, because of the way the things, but because of the actions that they had taken up to a certain point. Like, we don't think they have the best possible hand out there. That's a capped range, and we don't think they have a way to get the best possible hand. We just think they have something, marginal value, basically. And versus an uncapped range, which is just the opposite, which is they do have the potential. They have either the nuts or they have the potential to draw the nuts. And that's what their range could be. And so that's what that means. So, and the primary reason that we're going to do that is because when we target someone with an uncapped range, that's when we're going to shove money at them and we're going to bluff the shit out of them and just put pressure on uncapped ranges. We're going to try to go to 3 streets as much as we can, and we're with the goal of getting all the money in the pot by the river, by the showdown. So right now we see a raise here and a call, and we don't have an especially good hand on the big blind, and so I'm not going to call it. I'm not interested in playing bad hands. There's an old strategy that says you're supposed to play a lot more, a very wide range on the big blind. And the more I played, the less I agree with that. I just don't think you should be playing lots of hands, especially if the pot goes multi-way.
So,
Emily,
can you
you
tell me
crazy,
what
wacky
exactly
jokester.
nuts are? Like, what the nut cards are?
Nuts are the best possible hand. So here we're not going to play this hand either because it's fucking stupid. It is a rundown and we're in the small blind. Nah. We're gonna wait for a hand. We don't want to play garbage. We don't need to be loose. We can be tight. Let's be tight. So next flop we see, I'll explain to you what the nuts are. But the nuts is the best possible hand on the table. So ace, 8, jack, 5. That's not great. We'll leave that go. Oh, the wonderful innuendo. I assume you're talking about salted mixed nuts, right? Because that's what everyone means in the chat.
What are you talking about? What are you
Pistachios
talking
is
about?
what
I
they're
don't
talking
understand.
about. We're not going to play tens. Um, so what do we see here? We see the limp. We see the limp, and a limp gets a loose passive fish mark. That's what they get. So what do we know? What do we Rayna, pop quiz. What do we know? Can we assume about a player when they buy in for the minimum and they limp out of position?
I don't remember.
We can assume a couple things. We can assume they're not a learned studying poker player. They are a recreational player. We can assume that they are going to play their hands passively, as in they are not going to aggressively. They're not going to bet their draws. They're going to bet big, large with their strong hands and weak or not at all with their weak hands. And they're going to trap more than they should. They're going to trap things like aces and like things that aren't really the nuts, but they think are really good cards because they're thinking in terms of Texas Hold'em. We can also assume that their bet size will determine the strength of their hand, and that's the primary things I can think of right now. But we can just from seeing them limp like that, I feel confident that I can safely assume all those things. We are absolutely bringing in with our double suited ace high. The 4 and the 8 aren't great, but the 8 matches the queen, the 4 matches the ace, and it's a double suit with 2 high suits. So, and we got a lot of callers here, so we did hit a queen. We have a backdoor straight draw. We do not have diamonds. We're out of position. We're probably going to check this. We're going to check. So right now, the nuts on this board, since you can't be a straight, there can't be a flush. The nuts on that board is 3 queens. We are blocking the nuts. We don't have the nuts, but we do have top pair. Maybe I should bet top pair. Nah, I'll check it.
Okay, so when you say
A lot of things can come
nuts,
that can hard
it
shitty.
depends on what cards are in play. It's not like, oh, the nut it's 10.
Hang on, I have to make a decision here. So we have a bet here of 2 big blinds into 18, and then a call. I'm betting big. I'm going to check raise big. No one has shit. We'll see if they call their whole stack. They do. So they could have a draw. They call us too. Oh, I did not expect that. Well, that's fine. We now have a straight draw and a nut flush draw and top pair. So we're going to, I mean, we'll just check it back. We'll see if they bet their 9.8. Someone's diamonds came. One of these 2 players has diamonds, so we're not putting any more money in this pot. I didn't expect them both to call. I really didn't. Yeah, we're gonna fold. They hit their diamonds. They both have diamonds. Did you see what they did? Did anyone catch what they had in their hands? They both had terrible diamond draws. So that told us a lot. Yeah, we lost 25 big blinds, but you know what? We know that they played with 8-7. Seat 4 played with they had a rundown 8-7-5-4, not a good rundown, and out of position. They called it, and then they played their 8 high diamond draw. I guess they had a straight draw too. So they had a pair of 7s and a straight draw and a diamond draw. Seat 1 called my check raise with a pair of 7s and the 10 high of diamonds. So both of these players are calling stations. They're going to call any draw for any amount of bet. So what that means is we have to adjust our play accordingly. We're not going to try and bluff these players. We're going to wait until we have strong hands, and then we're going to bet pot at them. Now, see, that's a good hand. Seat 6 has a very good hand. They played that hand very. I didn't see how they played though, but I don't think either seat 1 or seat 4 is going to be around for very much longer. Yeah, there we go.
where does the capped ranges come in now?
Well, we haven't been able to talk about it because we were looking at I had to focus on playing, but so right now we don't know because no one, both seat 3, myself, and seat 6 have capped ranges because we didn't raise. So our ranges are capped. I have a pair of 7s. I'm checking out of position. I don't have much. I have weak showdown value. I do have a backdoor straight flush draw. I don't know that I want to call a large bet. I mean, I have a pair of 7s and a backdoor straight flush draw. I'll see one card. And we now have nothing. That 6 actually was very bad for us. It didn't help us at all. So we're going to check and fold anything they bet. Our range is definitely capped. Their range is not capped. They could easily have king. They don't have king, so they do have a capped range, but they could easily have 2 pair. King 8, easy. They could have 8-2. They have a king almost certainly, and we do not, so we're going to let that go. Oh, no, they don't. They just had a pair of 8s. They both had a pair of 8s. See, 1 called with pair of 8s. So, yeah. So they bet pretty loose. we're going to mark them for that. We definitely have a great hand here, a premium hand with ace, ace, jack 10, and a suited ace. And, of course, we get folded, too. Everyone folds to us, so...
But what does it be? What does it mean to bet loose?
Bet light. I wrote, but betting light means they had a pair of sixes. They did not have the top pair. They had very little equity, and they were in position. So they bet. It was a position bet. So they make position bets. So that tells me that they're capable of bluffing, which is why they get a flame there. So I know that what that tells me is I can bluff catch them. Like they will bluff hands. And so if I have showdown value and they bet on the river, I can call them and it's okay. And it's because they might be bluffing and I can consider that they are bluffing. Whereas any player with a fish is never going to bluff on the river. Anytime they bet on the river, they have a strong hand. So that's essentially how I can do it. Like if they I cannot judge C3's cards based on the size of their bets is if they're in position. So I have to watch them. They're a level above.
Okay.
They very possibly are a thinking poker player. So
okay, so more of a threat.
So much of a threat, just so much of like I don't see anyone as a threat. Like I just see it as like they're just I just have to consider how to play against them in a different way. You play different styles against different player types. So
Of course, it's a friendly game.
It's not. I don't know any of these strangers. There's nothing friendly about this game.
Threat? It's not a threat.
Like I'm here to get all their money. Like I don't want to be. I'm not friends with any random people in this room, in this random poker table. Not friendly game at all. All right. We do have a suited ace, but we're in the hijack and we're low cards. I am gonna bet it because we do have. I remember like it. Yeah, look at that. Wow, it's the second time that happened. We had fold equity in the hijack. That's wild. All right. Well, this is definitely a hand to bet. Definitely. We got a call there, so their range is capped because they called. So they don't have ace-ace. They don't have all their best cards. They don't have double-suited Broadway, like, you know. We do have the 7, so we're going to continue with this. So we're going to bet large because we don't like those clubs. Yeah, seat one's going to bet. Now we're going to bet small. We're going to bet small. We're going to go ahead and bet 3.3 here. Just a little, about a third. Because
why are you making a smaller bet?
The reason is because the board's paired, and I don't want to give away that we have the 7. Like I think if they have clubs, they're calling either way. So I'm kind of want to keep them in. I want to keep their clubs in the pot. Now they bet, so they like that too for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and raise them pot, and I think they're going to fold. Well, no, let's raise them 10. Because I do want them to keep calling, because I think my 7's good. Yeah. I don't know why they did that, why they bet 2 big blinds out of position when a duck came, like, after calling. That's a really weird line to take. I don't understand it, but it was real super fishy. Really weird donk. And give him 3 question marks. What are you doing? What the heck was that? Yeah. Do you know what a donk is?
Yeah. What is it?
You said yes. So yes.
No,
yes,
I don't
what
know
is
what
it?
a donk is.
Yes, what is it?
Donkey right now. Donkey bet, right?
No, we don't.
Bad bet.
A donkey is when you are not the aggressor from the previous street and you are out of position and you bet first. That's a donk bet. So like for right now, I'm in the small blind. So I'm not gonna play this hand. Like it's not good enough. I'm gonna get rid of it. Look at that. We got a limper here. We got a limper here. Copy that. Give him a fish. Pay attention. I didn't see how everyone bet because I was marking a player. So we got to check. That doesn't mean anything because they're out of position. So we can't tell if their range is capped. They could have 10-10. They probably don't. But like, so but seat 4 did check. So we know that their range is capped. They don't have anything really good, and they definitely don't have 2 pair plus. They don't have that. They probably don't even have anything. And they might have like a 3 or a 4, maybe a 7, but they don't have a 10 probably because they would have bet. So they don't have much. Seat 4 doesn't have much. We can put them on a shitty range. They're not going to, they might catch a card, a random 2 pair. But they don't have much. And that card almost certainly didn't help them. Everyone's checking. So probably everyone's range is capped. I don't think anyone has much at this. Someone could have like a random 4 here. It's possible. These players they all limped in. So if players like limp in multi-way like this, like that's any 4 cards. It really it's like there's no way to like really range them because we just know they don't have good strong ranges, but they could have any 4 random ass cards like 4 jack 9 6 like king 10 3 2 like like rainbow. Like we don't know what they've got. We just know it's not good. Just because their range is good doesn't mean they didn't hit something. So we have kings, and we got bet into by a limper. So they like their hand. So we're not gonna 3-bet here, and one of the reasons is they could easily have aces there. So we're just gonna call. We're gonna call in position. We're on the button. So we're gonna call their raise, and we're definitely gonna go multi-way, but we're going multi-way with kings in position. Now an ace come. So this player that raised pre-flop almost certainly has an ace, and they're gonna bet it. And we don't have an ace. We don't have any draws. All we have are kings, and our kings are no good. So we're gonna piece right out. I believe seat 4 has an ace or 3 aces.
So determining if somebody's capped or
Seat
uncapped.
4 was uncapped. They
Yeah.
were uncapped, and they bet their strong hand.
It's
They bet
typically
pre-flop.
based on betting behavior.
Well, yeah, because we gave them a fish, meaning we saw them do weird stuff,
Yeah.
which means they're gonna limp, and anyone that limps, whenever you see someone that you've seen limp before, whenever you see that, that means when they do raise first in, especially when they're not on the button, like that means that they like their hand. They have an actual good hand. They don't limp with good hands. They limp with marginal or bad hands to just see a flop and hope they catch something. But if they have aces in their hand or kings in their hand or like high suited Broadway, they're going to bet because they have hands. And quite frankly, a lot of times these players, what they'll bet with is they'll bet with just what they think is a good Texas Hold'em hand. Half of their hand is good. So they'll bet ace king, or they'll bet like ace king dog shit. They'll bet a pair of jacks because they think a pair of jacks is good because it's good in Texas Hold'em, but it's not good in Omaha. And so they don't really know what good Omaha hands are. They're still thinking in terms of Texas Hold'em, like any 2 cards. Like it's like Texas Hold'em, I get 2 cards. I get 2 more cards, so I can play more hands. It's like, no, everyone else also has 2 more cards. So you you end up playing the same amount of hands. Like that's the thing. But that's the thing that people that don't really study don't understand. And that's and I'm not like even trying to make fun of them. I'm just saying that that's just, you can tell that's how people think. Like, see, they limped out of position, they limped under the gun. So like they don't, so when they do bring in, They don't like their hand now, but they called the 3-bet all in out of position. So they limped and then cold called the 3-bet. So they're not a good player. Like they're just trying to catch cards. They're fishing. They're called a fish. They're fishing. They're throwing out. They're playing slots. They want to hit that jackpot. They want to hit a big hand. Now the thing about those players too is when they do hit a big hand or what they consider to be a big hand, like a straight or a flush, they'll never get off it either. They don't understand board dynamics. So if like they have like an ace high flush and the board pairs, they'll never get rid of their flush. They're like, my hand's too good. I can't get rid of it. I've got a flush. A flush wins always. And they don't understand that like they know that they can get beat by full houses, but they'll like they will never bet. They'll never fold trips. They'll never fold a set. Like
Right.
even if an obvious straight is on the board, they will not fold a set. Like
Okay.
yeah, so it's stuff like that. So once they have a certain threshold of like what they consider good hands to be, and we limped into this, right? We were on the big blind, so like I mean our hand is just absolute trash. We do have a flush draw, so I guess we could technically bluff this, but we're out of position against a calling station, so like we're not going to do that. But we did hit our flush, so we're going to go ahead and bet pot. We're going to donk that because we have a flush. And we might as well get money in that pot. And they either have a flush or they don't. So they're gonna. I mean, they don't have anything. They didn't check. They checked on the. So they're calling. They might have something. So we're gonna bet pot at them again. Just try and get all the money. Trying to get as much money as we can with our flush. They don't have a 6. Certainly not. Unless they randomly hit a pair of 7s. Like they might have a 7. They might have a pair of jacks. I don't know. 9s, 10s. I don't know what they have, but they don't have anything good. Yeah. There we go. So we're recouping slowly. So we're on the small blind with a hand that would look good to someone that didn't know better. But Rayna, you know better, don't you?
Definitely.
You would know that this. Tell me why this isn't a good hand.
Because there's no common, like the suits
Well,
or
we do
there's
have a suit. We have a suit to the
have a suit.
10. We have a pair of 10s. We have a
Right.
jack, which matches up with the 10s. But jacks aren't. These aren't high cards. They're middle
Right.
cards, and our suit is shitty.
And the four
And
is bad.
a 4 is a dangler. Yeah, the 4 is a dangler. So this would have been an actual very good hand to have with this flop, but you can't count on stuff like that. So we're blocking the top pair,
We're not playing
and
slots
we're
here.
blocking the straight.
We're playing good poker.
We're trying to. So remember, seat 1 brought in, and then they checked. So it's too late. And we're not focusing on ranges as much as we should be. That's a bad hand. So let's talk about ranges here. So nothing happened. We're 4-way now, so we can open up our range for sure. That's good enough. Wouldn't be if we were 6-way. We got fold equity. I'm more than happy to play with the big blind. We did hit top pair, so we will continue, and we'll do for a large size because of the clubs. And the ace jack is very good for our range. So this is a range bet, but we also do have top pair. So we're just going to take it down, which is fine. That's a terrible hand. And they're betting, so we're going to get out of their way. Have at it. Oh, we would have had a pair of 3s with a bad straight draw. Why did we fold? Because you know why? Because we would have had a pair of 3s and a bad straight draw. No flush. Aces with the suit. That's good enough. That's good enough to 3-bet. So let's do it. So let's do. That should get seat 6 out. They don't seem stupid. They don't seem too fishy. Seat 6 seems reasonable so far. Seat 3 is. I say we continue betting. We're gonna bet small because we're out of position, and it's a 3-bet pot. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna bet half pot here. I wanna see what they do. Go ahead and donk. I'm gonna see bet my aces. Yeah, they're just gonna fold, and I'm happy to take it down. So we're almost back to equilibrium.
Oh, oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Pair
Well, you're
queen.
gonna say, oh, that's a good hand, right?
Yeah. And then,
It's not.
wait
It's
a
a real
second.
bad
Four
hand.
and two
Queen
is
Queen
terrible.
4-2 rainbow is not a good hand. Not even
Okay.
on the button.
Yeah.
Queens. But you just did the thing that a lot of these players do is like they saw queens and they're like, oh, queens, good, I'll bet that. Like every single one of those players would have bet that hand. Well, maybe not six. Six seems to be playing well. That's bad too. We're gonna get rid of it. Six seems to be. I'm watching seat six, and they seem to be playing educated poker. They're not just they're not just splashing blindly around. They're not limping. They're betting. They're folding at the right ratio. They're bringing in. We are not going to raise. We don't have a suit. We do have all Broadway. So we've got a strong hand, but I don't like raising kings without an ace because anyone that raises could have ace ace. And that is a very good flop for our hand.
Yep.
We are going to check, and then we're going to check raise this one. So we're going to go. We have a lot of equity here. We don't have clubs, but we've got a club blocker. We have straight draws all over the place. And so we want to start getting money in this pot. And we have an overpair, and we block the top pair. So we're going to see what they do here. They could have a really good hand too. They could easily have jacks. They could have. Oh, they are. So now,
What does that say about their range? And
that their range is definitely uncapped. They just raised us. They just re-raised us. So they probably do have aces. They could have aces with clubs. They probably have us beat here. They could have queen jack. They could have jack jack. They could have 7-7. They could have a lot that can beat us here, and I think we have to lay this down. I just do. And because like that's such a strong move for them to bet small or for them to bet large and then me to check raise pot and then them to come back and bet and raise again pot. That's just screaming strength. Now it could have just been aces, but we were beat by aces. So it's okay. That's okay. I think we very much made the right fold there. And so they definitely that is what an uncapped range looks like, by the way. And so that's okay. That's okay.
so uncapped range could lead us to fold.
Well, yeah, if an uncapped up, we don't want to necessarily. We want to go against capped ranges because those are the hands we beat. So when a range is uncapped, that doesn't mean we don't want to bet at them. That doesn't mean we don't want to play them. Oh no, not good enough. Not good enough with someone coming in. So it doesn't mean we don't want to play them. It just means we have to think we choose our bet sizes differently for those reasons. So that's also not good. Someone might look at that and say it's it's 4-wheel cards, and it is 4-wheel cards, but wheel cards are at the low end. That's a real good high-low hand. We're not playing high-low. We'll take that for sure. Free small blind, give it to me. And here we are in the small blind, and that 3 sucks, but other than that, it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this in. Those are good 9s, and that's good enough with just a head. That's good enough for heads up, but not against a 3-bet. So that's the second time this person has raised us. So like we have to really keep a sharp eye. I don't think this hand is good enough to call a 3-bet, so I'm just gonna let it go. But we are definitely watching. 6 has shown aggression for sure against us, and so I don't want to think that I think it's more likely that they're running hot and they actually are having good cards than they are just potting us, like just to blow us off our equity. I don't think they're bluffing us, but they might be. But we just have to keep watching them. So that's not a good enough hand to do anything with. But yeah, they're folding a lot. So like I don't think they're not a crazy maniac. I think they're just legitimately hitting cards, which happens. You go on runs, you know. Would you say this is a good hand or a bad hand, Raina?
I mean, at first it seems good, but then the two is probably. But
You think that's a problem with
I,
ace king
I
suited,
think it's
ace
good. I
ace,
mean,
and
I
ace
think it's
two?
good. I think it's good.
It's a premium hand. That's a very very
Okay.
good hand. That is a premium hand. Okay, Reina, premium hand, marginal hand, or junk. Which one
Junk.
is this? Yes, that is junk. Everyone folded to our premium hand. It sucked. So yeah, premium, marginal, or junk.
Junk.
Correct. So they brought in. We'll wait till we'll start ranging when we see flops. But so this is a good enough hand to play. We got a suited ace.
Would that
It's
be
not
marginal?
great. It's a marginal hand, but it's good enough to play. And we didn't get raised. We have top pair. We have top. We have two pair. We have a backdoor straight draw. We don't have any hearts. So we're gonna see bet this with a large size because we have top pair and we don't want and there's two hearts. It's a wet board. The straight is there. We now have three pair. So they could be playing 7-8. They could have 7-8 in their hand. They could have they're unlikely to have 2-3 in their hand. They're unlikely to have 7-8. I think I can continue to bet this, so I'm going to. I think I have the best hand here. Got a new player with a chip stack. So they came from another table. This one too, seat one's also new. So the dynamic changes. We are now six-handed with stacks. We don't want to go heads. We don't want to be out of position with seat six with the best player at the table with a bad hand. No point in that. We do have a suited king here. The 6 and the 4 aren't great. We're in the small blind. There's a raise. We're out. No need. No need. A limper bet. That's a bad hand. We'll let that go. Let's watch what everyone else does. There's a fold. There's a fold. Everyone folds. So we have fold equity pre-flop, which isn't something you see a lot, but we've been
What's
seeing it at
fold?
this table. Fold equity is when people will fold to bets. Like you bet your aggression pays off. You can win hands. If there's two ways to win hands in poker, that's by someone folding to your bet or by having the better hand at showdown. Those are the only two ways you can win at poker. So fold equity is when you win, you think you can win by your odds of winning by betting, just by the simple act of betting, regardless of what your cards are. So like that's one of the reasons that you bet in position. You in position you can bet with a wider range because you're in position. No one's gonna there's less people to act after you, so you don't think your chances of getting blown off your hand are greatly reduced, and the blinds can fold to you, and you have fold equity. Anytime you bet, you have fold equity. That's what that means. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So C3 bet large. So is their range capped or uncapped?
Uncapped.
It is uncapped. I didn't pay attention to what they did pre-flop, so that sucks. So it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter now, but I should be paying more attention. I'm talking. King 8 6 4 looks good, but isn't. So I'm gonna get rid of it in the which is the cutoff. Actually, probably should have played that hand, but It's too late now.
Well, that was a marginal hand.
Yeah, but it was double suited and there was a rundown and the suit was strong to the king and I didn't realize that seat one had left.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that they had sat out. I need to start paying more attention to the table. That's the big blind. I'll be calling this one. I'll see a flop. And we hit jack shit. I mean, we do have a straight draw. We've got a gut shot straight draw, but they're coming out swinging. They hit
Gut shot?
something.
Is it gut shot?
Gut shot's like one card. Like we have 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7 is missing. 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, it's like we have a gut shot. A gut shot means like it's in the middle somewhere. It's not an open-ended straight draw is when you've got the middle to a straight, and a straight could come on either side. A gut shot is when the straight card comes in the middle of the straight. The draw card is in the middle. Do you understand?
Not quite. So
Okay, so let's say on the board, I have to bet this, so I am going to 3-bet this from the small blind here. And then we're almost certainly going to get a call from the fishy player because they like their hand, so they're going to call. So they don't have aces, and they don't have aces. Seat 4's range is capped. Both their ranges are capped. They could easily have a king though. So we're checking back. We have a pair of 7s. So if they bet big, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
gotcha.
They have a king.
Well,
I promise. One of them. One of them certainly has a king. See ya. Yeah. Looks like our 3-bets. Basically, our 3-bets are getting called every time. So weird line, seat 2. Weird line. Weird, super weird play from seat 2. That was really strange to see. Seat 4 certainly had a king. Guaranteed. I don't know what seat 2 had there. They bet not without a king, and then, or if they had a king and they didn't call. Like, I don't understand that at all. They must have not had a king. So what were we talking about before you had asked me something? Talking about ranges.
Something about just clarifying 3-bets.
Yeah. That's a bad hand. We'll fold that. So there's a bring in from early position. Remember, I don't think these players are thinking about position for. I think they're just playing the cards that they play, the same cards in every position. I don't think they're not considering. They're not narrowing and widening their ranges depending on what position they're in. Seat 6 is doing that. I think seat 6. I still think is our resident pro at this table, or at least a rag. They're good. Seat 6 is worthy of our respect. And we can act, that's not necessarily a bad thing, that it's going to be easier to put them on ranges because any 4 cards is impossible to range. Like, it's just like, we just know they don't have great cards. We do have a king and an ace, but the 2 and the 6 suck. We're behind someone who is regularly 3-bets us with a hand, and we're not in great position, so we're going to let that go.
Okay.
Now that's one of those hands where like a not studied player would see that and be like, they would just see the king ace suited and think that's a great hand. And they would shove money into the pot. They might even call a 3-bet with that. And that's just incorrect because Omaha just doesn't work that way. And look how bad our hand would have been here. We would have just had nothing at all. But everyone else has nothing at all, seemingly. So remember when we got 3-bet by 6 like a couple times in a row, and then they came back and they re-raised our pot size bet? They definitely weren't bluffing because they're not being aggressive now. So they were running hot, is what that was. So we made very good strategic folds against seat 6 when we did. It was very good folds. I can feel confident in that now based on the way they've been playing since then. Yeah, they're gonna bring in. We're gonna fold. What's seat 6 gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and top. I'm gonna top off here. I don't like being short stacked. There's no point. That's an icky hand.
So this is loading the second bullet.
It's not a whole bullet. A bullet's a buy-in. A bullet's 100 big blinds. But yeah, it's like loading a second round, kind of. See, now we have 100 big blinds. And that just means we can win more money when we do have a hand.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah, you folded. Yeah, I was thinking it's marginal at best, but terrible because the
Oh, it's a terrible hand. That's a real terrible hand. A pair of sevens isn't good in any. You're never going to win with just a pair of sevens. And there's no suits. They're disconnected. Like 7-2, which is the worst hand in all of poker, is in there. Like, I mean, that's just dog shit. It's just a really bad hand. Well, we would have had a pair of sevens here. So, I mean, what do you do? You know? Now, if you take that 2 and that 3 away, and we're in Texas Hold'em, I would have surely bet a pair of sevens. Pairs have a lot more weight in Texas Hold'em. We ain't in Texas though. We're in Omaha. Omaha pairs don't play as well. I haven't even been looking at the chat. Looks like Emily is there.
Yeah, Emily's there.
Hi, Emily. Yeah, Emily's all making all sorts. I'm sorry, Emily. I'm not looking at the chat very much because I'm gib-gabbing, yib-yabbing on the game.
Yeah, she's actually, those are kind of responses to questions I've asked.
That's great. Emily, for those of you who don't know, is Emily from Rave Safe. She was our professor today at Rave Safe with the transfers. I do get a kick out of our goofballs and our funny bones.
That seems like a terrible hand.
It is. It's a really dog shit hand. Even with catching a jack, that's horrible hand to be in this position. Like I wouldn't be at. Oh, we have a straight draw even. It's still terrible. We do block the straight flush, so I mean they got that going for us, right? Would you say this is a premium hand, a marginal hand, or a bad hand?
It's a premium hand.
You are correct, very much so. Will we be 3-betting this hand?
Yes.
Or we'll be 4-betting this hand if seat 6 calls it, if seat 6 3-bets us. And they don't. So I am 100% certain that we were right to fold when we did. We were not getting bluffed. And seat 6, yeah, is a little tighter, but I'm not seeing exceptional poker from seat 6, but I'm still going to give them a little respect. Solid, so maybe let's just give them a tag. They're tight aggressive, which is good solid poker, so. So they bet on this very wet dynamic board. So they do not have a capped range. If seat 1 calls, their range is not necessarily capped because they raised, so this person, we're bluffing. They have a bet fold button. We have actual poker players at this table. It looks like maybe seat 4 is showing some promise for sure. Showing some. So we're sandwiched between the two better players at the table that both have bigger stacks than us. That is not great. So let's watch a couple more. Let's just roll with a couple more hands here. But if like we take too much more of a beating, I think I might want to close out and find a new table.
Okay.
No,
Terrible.
not quite. Oh, I wouldn't say terrible. I'd say it's on the
Marginal?
low. Yeah, maybe even good enough. I would have done it in the cutoff, but not
Oh,
in the
big. Okay.
hijack. No, that's not good enough. Not good enough in the low jack. Not good. Not even close. That's an interesting flop for sure. I'm gonna check back. Almost never the wrong thing to do out of position. They're gonna bet large. They're gonna check raise. So see, one's capable of check raising. And give them a shark. They seem to be playing reasonably well. All right, seat six left. That's good.
It seems like a marginal hand at best.
It's a marginal hand, but it's double suited. It's got straight draws, and we're in the big blind, and it's heads up. So like I am just gonna call this,
Okay.
and we didn't hit any. We have a straight draw. We have two backdoor flush draws. It's we can't go anywhere. In fact, I'm gonna raise it. We have draw equity. You're gonna call. So we now have a pair of nines. We also have flush equity, more straight equity. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check this because they check to us, and so we're gonna see what the river brings because now we do have showdown value, and we didn't hit our straight, but we have two pair, so we're gonna check it down and see if our nines and fours are gonna win the day, and they are not. They had a straight, and
What
they
is checking it down? That kind of confuses me. What do you mean by?
that means I'm in position and they check to me and I'm not betting. Oh, we just lost our connection. Oh, that sucked.
Does, did we get connected to a different table?
I don't know.
Oh no, the things are still there. The little fish and fire. So
Okay, so we didn't. So we're gonna check.
those don't persist across tables, right?
No, they do not. I think we're good here. I really think our tens are good. But yeah, I'll go ahead and bet. If they caught a three, they caught a three. They didn't have anything. Fuck, they caught a three. Jesus Christ. Yeah. If they caught a three, they'll tell us, and they told us, so it's okay. It's okay. Yep, good enough. Definitely good enough. Now, seat three is a little weirdly aggressive, so
Hmm.
they might have bluffed us off their hand. That's okay. I don't mind getting bluffed. I didn't feel super confident about that hand. I feel good. I feel pretty confident about this hand. I'm gonna bet small. I'm gonna bet half pots. The pot's too small to bet anything less than half pot. So it looks like a better hand than it is, but it's
Mhm.
playable on the big blind. Maybe. Oh, they're disconnected too. No, do I want to call this hand? It's pretty fucking marginal. We've got 2 to Broadway. If that ace was suited, I would easily play it, but the ace isn't suited, and that's just I'm gonna let that go. I don't want to. I'll wait. I'll wait for a better hand.
Okay.
Yeah. That is. It is a suited ace. Cool. New player, seat 6. We're 4-handed. Not good enough. Not even 3 ways in position. Ugh. We hate it.
Terrible.
We hate it. We hate it.
Junkie
Boo,
junk.
get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Also hate it. We hate it so bad. Charlotte says, you're on the big screen. It's shelving build time. I do not know what that means, and I love it. Queens and 8s with a suit. We'll bet it. We have a 1 in 3.25 chance of hitting a set with 2 pairs in our hand like that. That's a monster. It's not the ace is dry, but the rest is fine. A lot of fold equity. So what that tells us is that when people are playing, we can put them on strong ranges. So everyone here is playing reasonable ranges, it looks like. Even our limper. Yeah, we're gonna play that for sure. The question is, do we read now? We'll call. We're out of position. We did flop a full house, so we'll just check that and see what they do. Hope they stab at it. And they didn't. So now, since that came, what we're now doing is we have to target them. And so that's a good hand for us because the straight came. So we want to put money in the pot now because we have a full house. We have the nuts. And ace is the nuts, which they don't have because they would have bet. So we do have the nuts here. So it's a matter of whether or not they're going to keep playing this hand. We want them to have caught a straight is essentially what we want. We want them to have king, queen in their hand. And they might.
Okay.
We want them to have a 10. We want them to have and they did call. And they thought about it. So we have to keep putting pot. I think, are they going to call us? Nothing came. So they thought about it and they called. Jack beats us. I think we have the best hand. I'm going to bet half pot.
Okay.
Just see if we can get them to call. We want them to call. I think if we bet full pot, they're only going to call us with hands that beat us. And if they re-raise here, we have to think about it. Yeah, so we're just going to take it down. Bink.
4.
Yeah, bad hand. So watching the other players, they don't like it either. Lots of folding. A lot of fold equity at this table, which means we can definitely widen our ranges in position. Not with this hand, though. That's not. I have widened my range, but I did not widen
Widening
it
the range
as
of
far
hands
as that
play.
hand goes. Yeah, what?
Widening the range of hands that you would play, right?
That I would bring in, that I would bet. Yes.
Right, yes.
Now, see, this doesn't look much different, but it's significantly better, so I'm going to bring it in. Even though we're in a worse position, I've seen seeing a lot of folding like that. So now we're in position with a rundown and a pair and a suit. But we got 3-bet, and we cannot call a 3-bet with this hand. It is not even close to 3-bet good. Do we call? The 4 sucks so bad. It's multi-way. We're gonna get out of here. We're getting out of here. We're not interested. We don't like it. Yeah. We don't want to be 4-ways out of position with a hand like this. No nut value. None at all. No nuttiness is what it's called.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that is literally the word that's used. Double suit, but we're in the small blind and the cards are bad. So I don't think we're going to do
So
much
fold
with
that one
this.
out.
Well, we'll see what happens. If it goes folded down,
Oh yeah,
not
you have used. Okay, yeah.
yeah, not. I mean, if it got folded around to us, we might bet the big blind, but like that's not the same player as it was before. By the way, that
Hmm.
other player that we respected, that's not them. In fact, we have less people marked, so they brought in. We have a dry ace and not very much else. We'll just get rid of that. Respect your range that you like. All right. We're going to set up the next big blind here. And when we hit the next big blind, we're going to go ahead and take our mid-roll break. This is a friendly reminder that if you're interested in learning how to play PLO a little better than you maybe already understand it, then you could use the link in the description box or the URL that's paste. You might have to copy paste. I don't think we can make links down there, but you can copy paste that URL in the description box, which will get you to PLO Mastermind, which is a great PLO, Pot Limit Omaha training site. We are going to play this Jack 8 Queen Queen with a suit, and you can get a free account there and use their training. They're great pre-flop trainer and all their see what hands are good, what equities mean, and all that stuff. Watch videos, watch a bunch of training videos from some of the best Omaha players in the world that like know what they're doing, and they're good solid euros, which is even better. And we did take it down here, so that's great. So go ahead and do that while we're on break. We're going to take our mid-roll break, and we'll be back in a few minutes, I think.
Okay,
So,
sounds
yeah.
great.
All right, see you soon. We're back with what appears to be a monster. So we're gonna go ahead and get all the money in with this one. We'll just check raise that much, and that way we can pot it pot it at the river. I maybe should have just check raised smaller than this. Yeah, we'll get it all in. They probably have a straight. They've got queens. They've got us beat now. They do. They beat us.
Wait, what? What
They had a
happened?
straight. They had three queens.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, it's okay.
Straight beats three of a kind every time.
We didn't have three of a kind.
Oh, I thought, wait.
No, and it's the opposite. A straight beats three of a kind, yes, but we didn't have a straight. We had
No. We had three of a kind.
no, we did not.
I thought we had. Oh, that's right. Because we're
No, we
playing
had a pair of aces,
PLO.
and so we had a pair of aces and a nut flush draw and a straight
Yes,
draw,
I
but our
made
straight
two.
didn't
I just
come,
was playing
and
the wrong game.
they had a set. But we
Yep.
had all the equity. I would do that every time. I wouldn't even think about it. It was not the wrong move. It was just we just didn't win. But every time I would make that bet, every time I would do it. We had nut draws in every direction.
I completely forgot that. Yeah, you can't. You only get to play two of those cards.
That's the thing is people see those three aces, but you still have aces. Like you still have aces and a suited ace. So
Which
it's
is
like
why you said it
yeah,
blocks
which is why
yourself. That's why
I
you.
block it. I block myself, but like we are now on our third bullet. So like this will be if we bleed this, if we punt this off, that'll be it for the day. But like we'll see. We can turn this around. We're about 150 big blinds down. We don't love it, but we can claw out of the basement. It's possible.
You've done it before.
We have done it before. Wow.
So
Yeah.
folding.
I was thinking about it for a second, but then I was like, I was still thinking, I was replaying that last hand to see if like what we could have done differently,
Mm.
how we could have played it better. I don't think we could have. I don't think I was gonna fold no matter what. Like that, all the money was going in any case. So I'm not hung up on it too much. But I'm always thinking like maybe I could have done something better. I know I could have. I should have. I should have check raised smaller. I should have just done the min check raise so I could pot the so I would be able to go all in with a pot size bet on the turn to maximize fold equity, but doesn't matter. Like I said, like even with them re-raising, I did not make the wrong move. Like we had a lot of equity and it just didn't
Right.
pay up.
Right.
It just didn't work out that time.
Equity's not a guarantee.
I mean, it's a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee. Like
No, nothing's a
there's
guarantee.
very few you're guaranteed to win the pot hands. Like there just are. Like it's quads essentially is it the only thing that's ever guaranteed to win the pot. Like even if you have the nuts, like the nuts can get cracked. It's like so. Yeah, let's take a look here. It's a straight. Yeah, it was a straight. Ugh, that's not good. Three sucks, the seven sucks. Queens
Okay.
aren't all that. I'm trying to. I don't have any reads on these players at all. I'm not seeing limping, which tells me that we're in a room full of thinking players or at least on some level. We're not playing against total fish here,
Right.
which makes it harder in some ways and easier in others.
Yeah. So like a hand with the pair of queens, but then the other two cards are poor. Is it
That's
that
not a good hand, yeah.
you're limited because to make better hands, you need to have cards that are like the same suit
You
that are
need card
connected,
the
that you can make
what
those better
I'll let you
hands.
finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Raina.
Rambling, but
Well, continue what you said because I was interrupting you.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say, the thing that makes a strong Omaha hand is all four of your cards work together in some way. They all work together.
How
If
can
you
they
have
work
one,
together when
if
you
you
can
have
only
three
play two?
cards,
That's what confuses me.
well, what did you say? Because I was still talking.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying, like, how do they work together when you can only play two of them?
So you you can only play two, but the more your cards work together, the more chances that hand is going to hit somewhere. Like for example, yes, if you have Jack 10 in your hand, you have the same chance of making straight. I have to bet this. I have to bet this. I shit. Goddamn. See, I'm talking now, and I got distracted, and I bet wrong. But that's okay. I'm not upset with you. I got distracted. And now that's a very bad flop for this hand. So I'm gonna check it and fold it. So I'm trying to think of what you're asking and trying to answer in a way that makes sense. So if you have Jack 10 in your hand, I can't think about phrasing this when I have hands I can play. So give me a second. I have to pay attention to
Okay,
the
let's
game
put a
right
pin in it.
now.
Let's come
Yeah.
back to it later.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. We'll see if what they do here. It's looking like they're thinking of calling, but they probably don't have a very good hand, which is why they're not sure if they want to call or fold. I don't think they're thinking about three betting. Yeah. That's a hand we can fold. Let's talk. Okay, so let's say you have Jack 10, right? If we're playing and you have a hand like Jack 10 and Jack 10 7 Jack 10 5 5, okay? That's your hand. The fives don't work with Jack 10. Jack 10 5 5 4. The 5 4 doesn't work with Jack 10. But if Queen 9 drops, you still have a straight draw, right? Well, if you've got Jack 10 Queen King and Queen 9 drops, you now have a pair of queens and a straight draw and more cards that can make a straight. So that's why it's always better to have cards that are good. So we now have kings with an ace and we got 3-bet. And so I think I am in position to this player. And so the question is do I want this? I'm going to 4-bet because I don't want seat 6 to come back in, but I don't want to 4-bet half my stack. I am just going to 4-bet like a small 4-bet, which should be enough to get seat 6 out, which is what I want. I want to be in position heads up, which is what we are. And they're going to call or they're going to re-raise. And if they 5-bet, then that means they have aces. And they probably have aces. So we almost certainly have to let this go. That sucks. Yeah, they have aces. No one's going to 5-bet without aces. Not at this table. No chance. They have ace, even though we blocked the ace. They have ace ace. What a bummer. God damn, what a bummer. But that's why we min bet. That's one of the reasons why we min bet that 4-bet. Did that make sense? What just happened, Rayna?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Being honest.
So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if we can revisit it. We'll
Yeah.
come back another time. Let's
No,
just
no, no,
keep
no.
going.
Oh, okay, I thought
No,
you
I
meant
don't want to go over it and explain it. It's too much to think about when I want to
no,
pay
no, no,
attention to the
no.
game
What you
because
said made
we're
sense.
going against players. Yeah.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I
it
have
did. It
to
did.
so I'm in this hand. How did I get in this hand? I must have been on the big blind and that must have limped. And that's exactly what happened. So I do have pair of sevens and not much else. I do have some straight equity here. Not much. I'm on a position. I just hope my sevens hold. Or if I hit another pair or something. My sevens are probably good here. Yep, they are. So I'll take down a tiny pot. This person did limp, so we're going to mark them for that. That's not a good hand. Not on the small blind. Not anywhere. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not engaging with you exactly, but
It actually made sense. It did make sense what you said.
yeah. And so this is another one of those hands where I maybe should have played it. We did have a suited king. We were on the button, but I'm short stacked. We do now have a suited ace. We block our own suit. The 9 doesn't really work with anything. We'll let that go. It's a little better. Now the difference is it's not much different, but we don't block our own suit this time. And the 10 works with the 7. So it's not a great hand. Yeah, fold equity. It's not a good hand at all. But hey, here we go. All right. We're at a tight table, which means that when players do bet, they've got hands. We can put them on reasonably strong ranges.
And that means they're fishy players, right?
Not necessarily. That means they're better. Fishy players play every hand, and they
Hmm.
call every bet. These aren't fishy players, they're tight players. That doesn't mean they're great, but it means they have better, we can put them on better ranges. That's a bad hand. So when they do come in like that, for example, like we're not seeing, if you look at the Rayna, you can see at the screen on the right, if you scroll up, look how many hands went to showdown versus how many hands went down just by betting.
Hmm.
So this is the kind of, now we just keep betting in late position at a table like this. And we're just going to keep betting until the other players show interest in the hand, and then we're going to fold out. But like we're just going to try and take down small pots, take down as many small pots as we can, just by betting and betting and betting in position. I mean, we're not going to just do it blindly. We're going to pay attention, but like we're going to be trying to do that a lot more. We're looking for excuses to bet and looking for excuses to bluff. Well, we don't need it here because we do have top set. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bet this. This is a pretty wet board, so we're going to bet 2/3 pot here. We should have bet the pot. It's so small. They called us, so we're definitely betting the pot here. They are probably on a spade draw or a straight draw. So we are going to bet them, and we want them to call and miss it. And we hit quad kings, and they hit their flush. So we're going all in. And we're going to go all in and hope they call us. I think they will.
Okay.
But we're going to wait. We're going to put Hollywood on it and hope that makes them think that we have a smaller flush than their flush, which very well may be the ace high flush. There. That's enough thinking about it. Yep. Yay! So that was exactly perfect how that worked out. So they did have. I didn't see what their hand was, and for some reason I was unable to bring up the hand history. Yeah, the server's being weird. They're having problems at Ignition, so I can't look at the hand history to see exactly what they had, which sucks. But they clearly had a flush. They were on a flush draw. They were playing their hand like a flush draw, and it hit, and we hit our quads. So it was great. That was as good of a hand. That was as good of a run out as that hand could possibly get. So that was just very fortunate. We do have nines, but the king isn't suited. We're out of position. We'll let that go. Well, at least we're not like we're back toward getting out of the gutter. We needed that hand. We haven't had a really big win yet, have we? We've just been like getting like we've just had I mean, we've made a lot of good folds, but like we haven't had any big wins, I don't think.
No, that's the biggest.
We had like one bad beat. And it wasn't even that bad a beat. It was
No.
just a beat. And then we've just been getting drawn out on.
Yeah, we've been just
And that
slugging.
happens. I don't feel like, we're playing egregiously bad. Like,
Oh, I don't think so.
But that's definitely good enough to play on the big blind for sure. Well, or good enough to just take down. That's definitely not good enough to play on the small blind. There's still just a lot of fold equity at this table. So that was great that we had quad kings. That was just beautiful. They could have had a full house too, which is also great. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're happy to take that one down. Double our money.
Why'd you fold that?
Why did I fold that? Because it's a pair of eights, a queen, and a five ring with no suit, and I'm in the small blind. And there's a 3 and there's a 4-bet in front of me.
Oh, that's
I
terrible.
think that's why I
That
folded
was a
that.
very, very good idea.
Yeah, it's a terrible hand, and there's
That's
four
good
betting, and
poker.
there's aces over here.
Good poker. That's why you're the
Yeah, that's why I'm great. That's is real good poker there. Don't play ace, eight, 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 queen, five, no suit from the small blind to aces. A little fucking schooling for you. There's your education, fuck twats. My first one's free, kid. I was watching Taskmaster, the champion of champions, round 3. I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but
No, what
and
is it?
so Taskmaster is a British panel show hosted by Greg Davies and Alex Horn, who are just an amazing pair of awesome comedians from Britain. And they have like 5 comedians compete for a prize at the end of the series, it's 10 episodes long. These are bad kings, but they're kings, and we're in position, and we've got a foldy table. We've got a table that likes to fold, so we're going to be betting this pretty hard, I think, all the way. Anyway, Taskmaster's a cool show, and it's like comedians, they have to do all these jobs. They give them tasks, and like whoever does the random task the best gets points, and like whoever has the most points at the end of the series wins. And so we're gonna go ahead and bet this because we're in position. We have kings, and we're seeing a lot of weakness from all these players. And so they called, so they almost certainly hit their flush that they were drawing to. But they quickly checked, so we'll check back because we don't have a flush. And they did check here. So maybe they don't have a flush. So that they just have, I don't know what they have, but our kings have showdown value. So I'm down to check and win a small pot, but I definitely don't want to bet and get blown off my hand. So yeah, they had queens. Great. Super.
Well, it sounds like a cool show.
It is a cool show. I really like it. It's really funny. It's really good. And basically it's been running a long time, and so after 15 years of this, like every 5 years, they take the people that won each series and they put them all in a competition together, and it's called the Champion of Champions. And the first round is always you're tasked with bringing in something, and the one that was the one last night that I watched was bring in what you would have if you had a genie wish. The best thing for to if you had one wish from a genie. And immediately I thought what I would do is just I would have brought in cigarettes and been like, I would wish that I could smoke cigarettes and not get sick. And I wanted cigarettes. I miss smoking so much. I love smoking. I really miss it. And like, I don't smoke. I haven't smoked in years, and I'm never gonna take it back up again. But boy, fuck if I can do that. I'm actually am gonna cold call this
Okay.
because
Why?
they probably have aces, but this
Mm,
is such a good rundown hand
okay.
that this is the kind that can crack aces, and I just cracked their aces. So I'm gonna check, and they're gonna bet their aces, and I'm gonna. They didn't. All right. Well, I'm gonna bet pot, and they're gonna fold because I have top two. Wow. They didn't have aces, so they three bet without aces, or they just decided they didn't want to bet their aces. I don't know. In position, weird. So I'm gonna mark that. Will three bet without ace ace. It's worth noting. It's like most of the time when people three bet, if you don't, we haven't seen much three betting at all on this table, and so most of the time when people do, it's almost always aces.
Okay.
A four bet is always aces. No one four bets without aces. Like, and a five bet is 100% aces, probably suited aces. Yeah. 100% aces. Yeah. That's a bad hand. If it gets to a five bet, usually if it gets to a four bet, all the chips go in. Yeah, that's good enough.
Good enough. Oh, okay. Yeah. Queen
It's
eight.
okay. It's not great, but it is good enough. And like I said, we have a lot of fold equity here because like these players are just folding a lot. Okay, so if this player calls, This player 3-bets. We have to let this go. This is not a good enough to call a 3-bet from a limper. But, like, yeah, there's a 3-bet. So we have the ace blocker, but it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough to call a 3-bet out of position. It's definitely not good enough to 4-bet, which is what you're supposed to do. 4-bet or fold out of position like that, especially to someone that's limps. So they have a strong hand. They probably had kings, but they could have had aces. They definitely had us beat. I'm trying. Trying to look at the chats. Hasn't been popping in a minute.
I've been
So
talking.
we see limp. See that limp? Yeah, you've been chatting. You've been chatting with Charlotte.
Yep.
Charlotte. So this person limped and then called. Do they have a capped range? What do you think, Rayna?
Um,
So range
yes,
capped or
I think they
uncapped after
do.
they limped and called and
No, they're capped. Capped range.
yes, very much.
My brain turned back on.
Here we go. There's a hand. The three's not great, but it's suited to the king, so we'll take it. I would 3-bet this. Oh, you can get folded too. Or not. We're gonna 3-bet it. Let's get some money in that pot with this really good hand. Super. We did hit top set, so we're gonna bet small in position as a position bet. So we'll go ahead and bet the third. We want them to call. And they do. That's great. That's terrific. We don't have an ace. We hope they do. So let's go ahead and bet large. Let's just put a little more in that. Let's go ahead and bet 20. I want them to call with their ace and their hearts. No. They didn't. We targeted their ace and they didn't have an ace, or they folded their ace. Either way. We never hate taking a hand down, do we, Rayna?
We do not. We love that.
There's a 3-bet. We do not have a 3-bet hand, cold call hand in small blind. Not today. And there we are. They're going to bring in, they have something. I need to pay more attention. My mind's wandering, and that sucks. That's a bad hand. We'll fold it. Let's watch what everyone else does. We don't have reads on these players. I'm not ranging players. I'm not playing my A game today. I'm playing a solid B plus, but it's definitely not my A game. That's bad. That's a fold from me. What do you do on the button? You should just bet. Yeah, good job. Kind of whatever. Yeah, lots of fold equity here. Same thing, like I said, we haven't seen fucking shit. Look at it. Look at this. That's good enough. Good enough. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm still gonna call it. So this is probably gonna go multi-way. No, great. We're in position. We're in position with a strong hand. That's okay. That's okay. And we hit top pair. We're okay with that. They could easily have king ace in their hand. They could easily have aces. We can't fold just yet. We have to at least call one straight here.
Okay.
That's bad for us. Bad for them too. They're gonna check it. So we're gonna check it. I'm gonna bet it because we're in position and they just showed weakness. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a half pot bet. And if they raise, we'll fold. And if they don't, we're going to pot it on the river, no matter what comes. And they did not, so we're going to pot it on the river. See, that's what a capped range does.
Yep.
That's because their range, they cap their range. And so that's how you do it. So that was a bluff, by the way. We bluffed kings, which isn't something a lot of players will do. They'll just play, they'll see, well, we've got showdown value. I'll check that back. It's like, no. Or they're like, we have showdown value. I'm afraid of that ace. They won't bet it. So that's why we're looking for capped ranges, because that's what you can get away with when you know that someone's range is capped.
Okay.
So do you understand why that worked? Since the fact that you're not answering leads me to
No, so
believe
you're
that
saying
you
cap
know you
range,
do
and
not.
if they're capped, that means that you can play more hands that are like otherwise you would just fold.
Well, no, it means you can push people around and you can bluff them more successfully. Even if they have, that means if their range is capped, they'll fold even a good hand to a large bet because they're afraid of the board, because they know they don't have the best hand.
Okay.
You also know that. We're going to get out of the way of that 3-bet with our terrible hand. What do you think about that? Do you think that was a good fold or a bad fold? Even with that 4 drop, even with our trips dropping.
Yeah, that's not very.
I mean,
good.
This would be a great hand to be in right now because they clearly have an overpair. They don't have a 4.
Overpair.
I promise you they don't have a 4. You could technically have 2 9s.
Right.
They probably don't. People don't 3-bet a pair of 9s. They 3-bet aces and kings. And now they could easily have a full house with kings, and they could have checked it because they're slow playing it, hoping that seat 6 stabs. And so we'll see what they do. They're going to stab, it looks like. They look like they're thinking about it. And they do stab, and they're about half pot.
Stab? What do you mean
So
by
they're
stab?
stab means they're just betting. They're like, I saw weakness. They're gonna bet the stab means betting at the board. Um, Basically, that's what that means. It means betting the board. It means betting. Like, yeah,
Like take a stab at it.
yeah. Take a stab at it. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna take a stab here. We do have. I'm gonna call this. We have double suited. We have a pair. We have kings. It's not good enough to 3-bet from the small blind. It might have been good enough to 3-bet from the small blind, but it's okay. We don't have straight equity because we don't have straight cards. So we don't have much here. So that's not great for us. Our hand looks better than it is. It's actually a very bad flop for us. But we do have blockers. We have lots of blockers. We block the straight on. Well, we don't block 9 queen. I don't think I can. I can't play. I can't go any further with this hand. It's a bad hand. We don't have any equity at all.
Yeah, it's just
They
like
could have so much. Yeah, I mean, they could have the nuts.
for a good
If
flop.
seat 3 is very uncapped, we have nothing. Seat 1 is definitely capped because they just called that, so they don't have a straight. And they checked back. Seat 1's got nothing. I don't know. They're on a straight draw, maybe. Maybe they have a pair. I don't know. Seat 1 has marginal hand at best. Seat 3 is almost certainly has 2 pair plus. Maybe a straight. Yeah, we'll see what everyone else does. If no one, I don't think we can. Nah, the 2 and the 4 suck. They suck. It's a hand I would have definitely bet if there wasn't a raise in front of us, but with a raise in front of us, it's like, there's no point. Just wait for better hands. That's no good. See, 3 is hot. They're catching. They're on fire. Was that? Did you used to play NBA Jams in the arcade in the '90s, Rayna?
No, I didn't.
No, you don't. Do you not used to play arcade games in the 1990s?
Oh, I did, but
Do you remember NBA Jams?
yeah, I always avoided sports games.
But you remember the game, right? Where it was
I
like
do remember seeing it.
yeah, they would be like you were 2 players on one of the basketball teams, and then that it was 2 on 2, and then if they made 2 baskets, it would be like they're heating up.
Yeah.
And then if you made three baskets in a row, 3 field goals in a row, like you would be on fire, and you could do sick dunks and stuff. Oh, look at that! We hit our set. We're gonna bet the pot because we want to discourage the clubs, take it down, or get called by work, get called by a draw. They're gonna raise it.
Oh,
We block the queen. So I don't think they have 3 queens. I really don't. So I'm gonna re-raise. And I'm gonna get all the money in. I think they have 3 6s. No, they have a 6 and a queen. Cool. Wow. Wow. What aggressive bet. What bad aggressive betting that was.
it worked for us.
I'm gonna say overvalues hands. Yeah, it worked very well for us. We're out of the hole here, honey. We're close to even here. We're about 15 big blinds from breaking. We're about. I even mean more than that. We're about 10 big blinds from being even on the day. So I'm okay with that.
That's great.
Yeah, they bought right back in. This hand, one time on the big blind. One time. We have some Broadway. It's worth a call. We'll see a flop. Nothing. Do we bet it? Do we bluff this? Do we turn that in rough? We have the straight blocker. Let's bet it. They checked. Let's bluff them. Let's triple barrel them. They called. Let's bet them again. Pot it again. You're gonna fold. They call. We're not gonna triple barrel them. They have something there. Yeah.
Triple
They didn't have
barrel?
shit. They didn't have shit.
What's
Give
triple
us your
barrel?
money. Thanks for the extra money.
What's triple barrel?
Threes. Betting big on 3 streets. Bet the flop, bet the turn, bet the river. That's triple barrel.
Hmm.
It's a good bluff, wouldn't you say? I thought so.
Yes.
So we're pretty much even, which is good. Seat 3 overvalues equity. Seat 3, I don't even know if they overvalued equity. I mean, they had 2 pair and they had draws. They had draws all over the place. I kind of want to revisit that hand and see exactly what they had. We can't. The hand review is not working for some reason. Maybe it's because our My computer needs updating. I bet that's it. It's a security clearance thing. Ugh, it's a security certificate bullshit. So we can't review hands, which totally blows. But that's okay. We're still playing all right. I don't know that they overvalue hands. Like I saw equity there. So they definitely had club draw. I think they had a straight draw too. So maybe it wasn't maybe they're just strong. Maybe they're just a strong player. Like that's a strong move. Like with good, they seem to have good equity. So like they saw our 3-bet pot. They weren't trepidatious about trips. They were like, "Fuck it, I've got equity. I'm betting." So like that's what a good player would do. So maybe they're just really good, and we just got lucky with the better hand. You know. So we should keep our eye on them. I don't want to mark them as a fish, but I mean the other thing is they could have just overvalued their hand, which is like I can't tell which one it is. No.
I
If it
probably
wasn't
would have
rainbow,
played
I
that.
would play it. If we had a suit, I would play it. But like
Oh, if we had a what?
if we had a single suit, if we had a pure suit here, I would play that. But
Oh, okay.
rainbow hands are terrible.
Brand's trouble. Okay.
Yeah, they're almost like they're just really bad. Oh, not an early position. So do you think we can get to 300 big blinds, Raina?
It's possible. I
Be
think we.
nice. If we came out a little bit ahead today, that'd be nice. In 15 in 16 minutes. Possible. It's possible.
It is possible.
Let's keep watching their ranges. Let's keep ranging them properly. There's a raise. Our hand's not good enough to call an early position raise. Or any raise. But their hand is good enough on the button. Yeah, glad to not be in that. So they bet seat 3 is uncapped here. They should have bet large though. So I would even say that they're probably capped. They were supposed to bet large there. And they had a position bet and it was a dynamic board. So you're supposed to bet large on those. So they didn't do that right. So I'm not going to give them super. I don't know. Maybe they had such a good hand that they wanted them to call too. I'm not going to make a judgment call on seat 3 yet. I'm withholding judgment. Yeah, I got to call that. I'm going to raise it even.
Okay.
I want to go heads up. I don't want to go 3-way. We've got chips. And we did hit top pair. We have a backdoor. No, we don't have any straight draws. We're straight blockers. I'm gonna go ahead and concede bet this. I'm gonna check it because we're out of position and we do have top pair. So we're gonna check call. We have top pair. They bet half pot, yeah. Half pot. They could have a queen. They could have. They don't have 2 pair, I don't think. They could have queen with equity with draws. We'll check. We'll call it. We'll call it. Our queen's better. We now do block the straight, so we can definitely check raise this. So let's do that. We strongly block the straight. So they are going to bet again. We're going to pot it. We're going to put in all their money. I don't think they have 2-pair. If they have a weak... Oh, they have a set of queens. Fuck. That is murdered. Well, can't worry about that. We
No.
blocked the queen, so they had it anyway. This is a good hand, by the way. Very good. I think I'm going to 3-bet it. Nope. I will call it. I will call that 3-bet. We were drawing fucking dead, Rana.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't think they had 3 queens. I really didn't.
Well, it's probably.
I did think they had 1 queen with a worse kicker is what I thought they had.
Uh,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I still don't think we played that hand wrong. Maybe
No.
we did. I'll review it later and come to maybe another conclusion. Oh, we're multi-way against a 3-better. They almost certainly have a better pair in their hand than we do. So we don't have diamonds. We don't have equity. We're out.
Okay.
The aces are good. The aces or kings are good. Well, we lost some chips. We lost a lot of chips in that hand. We lost a lot of chips to the set of queens. That's a drag. I don't think we're going to make our mark. I don't think we're going to make another 100 blinds in the next 12 minutes. We might. We can double up. All it takes is one good hand, right?
True. Oh, yeah. Just one good hand.
We still wouldn't make the 300 mark, even if we double it up. All right. Well, we'll see. Be down. I'd rather not be down a little bit, but goddamn, what a bummer. Those queens. Look at that. 3 pair. Seems like the table loosened up a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like they're betting all of a sudden now. I feel like they're real tight with their hands, but then when they catch anything, they're happy to throw money in post. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like they're very willing to get it in bad if they catch a hand. But they're particular about their hands. Not anymore though. Now everyone's calling. Maybe everyone's just seeing rags and now they're seeing good cards, you know? There's so many factors. The interesting flop for the hand that we threw away.
Yeah, 3, 4,
Capped
5, 8,
ranges.
3.
Yeah, I'd be betting here for sure. That's a small bet after a check around out of position. Doesn't mean much. Means they could be on a draw. They could have 2 pair. Got a check raise and then a call. So heart draw for seat 2 is my money's on that. They missed. Maybe a straight draw even. Maybe they hit their straight. I put them on a busted flush draw and they have hearts. They have hearts. All right. Why they didn't bet their ace high hearts, I don't know. A 2 pair, I guess. It's good enough. Either way, they won the pot. And will we call this? Yeah, definitely now. Now we're getting a good price for our marginal hand, so we hit a queen. We have some Broadway equity, some backdoor flush equity. We're not going anywhere.
Okay.
That didn't hurt our hand. We now have more straight equity, and we do have the nut flush blocker, so I think this is a check raise. I'm not going to donk it because we are at a position when you have showdown value with our queen. But we have equity here. If someone bets big, we're going to call. If they bet small like that, that's small. So I think I am going to check raise them. We'll see what they do. They didn't have a, yeah, that's what I thought. That's a hand for sure. We'll definitely play that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I like that hand. It's a good hand.
And that's the hand where the cards work together.
Yes, that's why. So we've got a suit, we've got a pair, and we've got a rundown. So this is a good hand. These are all the cards working together for sure. And we'll get a blind out of it. We'll get one big blind out of that. We got 25 whole cents from that hand. From that good hand. Still a game of Ms. Pac-Man. The markets may fluctuate, but the price of Ms. Pac-Man never changes.
That sounds funny.
40
I
years
don't
and the price
understand.
never went up.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's a hand we're definitely betting.
Yes.
Not three betting though. We'll bring in, but we will call a three bet, but we wouldn't three bet it because it's a drawing hand. So we're just gonna take it down. What happened? They were calling and throwing money around for a few hot seconds, and now everyone's back to folding everything. So I guess, like I said, it's like they just have to have hands. Oh, a limp, huh? Haven't seen a limp in a while. But that's the reason they have a fish tag. Well, that's really good for the limping range. Really good cards for a limper range. And they like it. They say, we've got a 5. Or we've got a draw. A good draw. Nope. There you go. They like that. They were the pre-flop aggressor. They kept it going. Yeah.
That's good. Oh, wait.
Not really.
Four
It
is bad.
isn't. It's
Yeah.
not very good, actually, but
Yeah.
it's big blind, and I'll probably call to a small blind
Oh,
raise.
God. Yeah. It's out of
It's good
position.
enough to call that.
Oh, okay.
Nothing hit, so it's not good enough to continue. That's definitely good enough to play. Well,
Mm,
it is. It's good enough to call. It's not good enough to three bet, but yeah. We'll see what they do. If they check their ace, we're feeling pretty good about that.
huh.
Not anymore. They could easily have a king. They could easily have hearts. They could easily have draws. We don't have much. Now we feel great about it. I think I can bet pot here. I don't think they have anything. Probably bad to bet pot because they weren't going to call with anything. And there were a lot of things that they could have beat us that they definitely would have called with, like straights and flushes.
Right.
So that probably wasn't a good bet on the river there. We probably should have just checked it back and won the pot at showdown. Then again, maybe they saw the clubs and they folded their straight. But they did it really fast, so they didn't think about it. So I don't think they had anything in their hand at all. I don't think they were going to call anything. So we maybe should have just checked that back and won a pot. So that could have been better. I mean, the results were exactly the same, but
Right.
we opened ourselves up to getting check raised on the river, which sucks. That's playable. It's not magic, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Good enough in the cutoff. Good enough in position for sure. It's not a monster, but it's it's a scrapper. We'll do a position bet of half pot and probably bluff this. As we also had the king too, so it wasn't exactly a bluff. No.
That's terrible,
Yes.
right? Or no?
Oh,
Like,
that's great. We had double suited kings.
oh, okay, okay. The double, right?
King
If they
King
weren't,
with both suits.
yeah,
Like
okay,
that's a real good hand. It's not a like a hardcore premium. It's not a premium hand, but it's a good hand.
okay,
It's not a three betting hand. It's a good hand. Might even
okay.
be a three betting hand, actually. Definitely good enough to take down a pot, so pre-flop, I guess. From early position. No one liked their cards at all. This is a strange table. It's weird, over tight, a lot of nits here. So our strategy of like just kind of betting a lot and bluffing a lot is kind of still strong. I don't like doing it out of position though, and even though I like the double suit, I don't like these cards,
Okay.
and that is a fish, so they're probably gonna call. But I don't like bluffing out of position. We can do better than that. We can do better than that hand. We don't though. That's much worse. But seat three made it easy for us. That was an easy fold no matter what. And seat three was like, I like my hand. We're like, great. I don't like mine. Here, have it. I like that very well. We'll bet that for sure. Ah, seat one likes their hand too. That's fucking terrific. So let's go ahead and lead. Let's follow that up with a pot size bet. No, we'll check it and we'll check raise if they bet. If they don't bet, there's a lot that can come. They could have 10 jack. Hearts can come. Our hand is good, but it's not.
It's not
I think
great though
I
because
well
those are.
I'm trying to think if it's the right thing to raise them here because they bet small.
Hmm.
Um
Does that mean it's like a trap? You think?
no, it means they probably don't have 10 jack. They probably have an ace or two pair. So I am actually going to raise them. I'm going to see what they do. They're probably going to fold. But they are kind of fishy, which means they might get really attached to a pair of aces or something or a hand.
Oh, and they're just not gonna let
They're going to
that
re-raise, so
happen.
they might have 10 jack here.
Uh-oh.
That's the danger.
Okay.
Yeah, a fish isn't going to re-raise their whole stack
Hmm.
without the nuts here. They've got at least, they could have two pair. Fuck, that sucks. We should have just fucking called. Now we have to fold. That sucks. We should have just called.
Hmm.
I knew it. That was a fuck up. That was a fuck up. Check raising was a fuck up. What the fuck? What the fuck, Rayna?
Things. Things.
Everyone's folding. Everyone's folding. Hey, let's put all our chips in the pot all at the same time. God damn. God damn it. Jesus, what the fuck is going on at this table? What are these players doing? Everyone's got aces. There's 8 aces in this deck. Ace, queen, 10, 4. Jesus. Jesus Christ, that was bad poker. Queens? Oh my god. The fuck? Yeah, we're betting this. I think pot just fucking call me with your jacks. Christ on a fucking cracker. What the fuck was that? Why did all that money go in the pot with those cards? I don't understand. Like, what are they folding so much if they're calling with that shit? That's the thing is that's the thing is like I'm watching this and it's like they understand what bad hands are, but as soon as they have a hand like that's it. They're just it just they're just gonna get it in. If it meets a threshold, they're just gonna shove. Like so that's the only thing to do is to just keep betting
Okay. Like, okay.
in position anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. Oh, look at that. Well, now we're three-way, and that changes the dynamic a lot. So now our range can open up quite a lot, and we can throw our weight around here because these players are folding a lot. We'll see if that changes. Oh, we have a new player, but they bought in for the minimum. We do hit our flush and have a straight flush draw. So we're going to bet it, and we're going to bet the pot. No, we're going to bet small here. We do want them to call, so we'll go ahead and bet. We'll bet half pot. It's just too small. Like they'll probably just fold, but I can't bet any smaller than three big. Well, they're going to call. Cool. Great. Now we can bet a little bigger. We still want them to call, so we're hoping they have a worse flush or yeah. I don't know if they were calling. Maybe they were just thinking we were bluffing. They had a pair. We got one street of value out of them. That's what we can hope for here. So we got a three bet. I don't think our hand's good enough for a three bet, so I'm gonna let it go. That four is not gonna help us win. That's a pretty shitty hand. Yeah, we'll let that go.
Okay. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly. I was like, yeah, that's not beautiful either. It's a pair, and we're three-way. We'll donk that, or what's not donk? It's a lead. We'll seat bet it. Oh, they like it. We can't anymore. They easily could have an ace. I don't think they do though. So they would have bet. They would have raised, maybe. I mean, if they bet here, we have to fold. Yeah, ace good. He's good.
How often do you play?
Multiple times a day,
Multiple times a day?
all the time, every
Oh,
chance I get, basically. I play poker constantly. Always. I'm always playing poker. I love poker.
I wish I could take you to Vegas. I wish I could bankroll you just to see what you could do. Give you
If I
like
had
the.
a bankroll, I think I could do pretty all
I
right.
think you could
Actually,
too,
I just don't have
especially
a
face to
bankroll.
face, being able because of the way you can read
Oh, I
people.
mean, heads up or live is way different too. It's like the play is a lot easy. It's a lot easier to win a lot more money. You can lose a lot more, but the caliber of opponents is a lot less, a lot fishier live. But usually on the online players are generally pretty reasonable sometimes, though. Yeah, that's definitely playable here. Three-way. It's callable. Yeah, straight's good. I like their hand, so do we check raise? That's a big bet. That's a big size. Let's check raise him. Boom. I was hoping you would have liked your two pair. That's a monster.
Wow.
Come on in. That's a terrible flop for us. We'll bet half pot. See if they call. If they call, that'll be the end of that. Good hand. Well, that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it was the right move. We'll call it a rundown. That's a great flop for our hand. That's wonderful. Yeah, we'll be raising that. And we'll be betting it. Terrific, terrific flop for our hand. Keep going. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Let's hope they have a straight. They do. Delightful. That
Wow,
just
that
worked
was
out great.
great.
Yeah, that worked out very well. That's bad. We'll get rid of it. Maybe we're about to go heads up, and I don't really have a problem. What does this person do? They 3-bet, so they haven't showed me too much fishy shit. That's a shitty hand. I can't play that. Two sucks. That's well, they're gonna just limp, huh? Well, we have a straight draw here, so we might want to see what they do. I'll bet pot. We'll just see if we can just bluff them off this little tiny hand here. Well, they got something. We do hit a straight though, so maybe they're on a diamond draw. That's what we want. Oh, we have a straight. They have the better one.
Mm. Oh, bad, bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Very bad.
That's that's good enough. Good enough for government work. We block top pair. We're gonna check that back. 'Cause there's a straight out there that's right in their range, so we're just gonna check that back. Our hand's not getting better. That's very good for their range and bad for ours. I don't even want to. Do we have any equity with a straight? They could easily have a straight here. And if they do have the straight, they're blocking our straight. We need a 10. We don't have clubs. Fuck, they have a straight. I'm not fucking with it. They have it. Yeah. We went over a little time. I hope you don't mind, Raina. I'm having fun. I don't want to leave this table just yet. I like playing shorthanded a lot.
No, it's fine. I just keep hoping for us to at least break even somehow.
I think we can. It's not going to be with this hand, but yeah, we have next to no equity here. So we're just going to let that go. That didn't break the way we wanted to, so we'll get him next time. Good hand, seat 2. That's not. Good hand, seat 4. Not a good hand, us. But good enough for a small one. That's definitely a playable hand, for sure. We'll call it. Got a lot of nut potential. Mm,
Hmm.
I think it's good enough to see a bet. Not if it's a big bet. Mm, no.
Hmm.
We have draws. We have a pair. I think that's a
What do
queen
you
at
think they
least.
have?
I think they have a queen.
Hmm.
I think they have a queen, maybe a queen with clubs. A queen plus. They have top pair plus. Yeah. Queens aren't that good, but they're good three-way in position. Rainbows aren't good, but queens are good three-way in position. And we block the top pair, but we do not block the straight, so we will check our queens back to our terrible range. Now the board pairs. That's good for us. They could have a four. They shouldn't. They shouldn't be calling with fours in their hands, but these are somewhat fishy players, so they're thinking about it, which means they have something. They had 3-5. They might have 3-5 and they were slow playing it. Now they don't like that four. Oh no, they left the table. They didn't like the flop at all and they just left. So they're gonna time out. If they time out, they're gonna check. We're gonna bet one big blind and take down the pot. And we're gonna have to sit and wait for this again. Unless it just times, unless they're actually disconnected, then when it times out, they'll just disappear and we'll just win the hand. Which is I think what's gonna happen. I think they left the table. So now we're gonna go heads up with this player, which is
I mean, they could just have like a connectivity
so
issue,
yeah,
right?
I'm just gonna bet, yeah. See,
Oh,
they're out.
call
Yeah, they got disconnected. So
it.
now we're heads up. And I'm okay going heads up. The rake's gonna eat a lot of this, but I think we can beat this player. So I think we can get their chips, and that'll put us over the mark. Oh, oh, oh! I don't like it. I don't like dry aces and low cards. I like that though. Hmm. I don't like that, but I like that. That's good enough. Good enough for heads up. Good enough for heads up in position. I don't like that. That is not good enough to call. That's good enough to bet. Yep. That pot size bet. Give me a money. Or the pot. Either way. So with heads up, you
Yep.
play a lot more hands and you play them much more aggressively. Because you want to beat that rake. The rake kills you. Heads up.
Hmm. How much is the rake in this?
I don't know exactly, but I remember like you'll notice it, like if you're paying attention. Oh, they folded. I wanted to play. Here we go.
No.
Oh, we got a fat stack from another player from another table. That is not ideal to our left. That's not ideal at all. I think with that we should just bounce.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm not going to. I want to see a couple rounds. Just because they have a
Let's see
fat
what kind
stack
of
doesn't
player.
mean they're
Let's see what kind
good.
of player they are.
Yeah, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I don't like that position, but it's like we're three-way. It doesn't really matter. I'll bet my jacks. Let's see what they do. They're thinking, huh? I'll let it go. All right. This is a bad hand. You should call it. They're gonna three bet me. I'm gonna pretend to think about folding it, but really I'm just gonna fold it. Yeah, okay. 8 seconds is long enough to make you think I considered calling when I did not. Okay. They're a thinking player. They're at least it's tight. Raise.
That's good, right? Yeah, two
Oh
aces.
yeah, yeah. We want them to call us for sure.
Mm.
We have the nut club, so we're just gonna bet this. We're gonna half pot it and see if they call. They do. We're just gonna barrel this. We're gonna check it. They have clubs. They weren't gonna let those clubs go no matter what. I was hoping we could barrel them with our ace, but they weren't shying away. They're never gonna fold sticky.
Sticky. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to leave this table yet. I want to keep playing. That cost me chips, but that was valuable information. My seat 6 is tight, so we can see what that means. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. Good enough in position to a tight player for sure. Fold equity on the button. We'll take it. Not any raise. What do you think, Rayna? Should we play this hand?
Yes.
No.
No, I said we should.
Well, let's check our set of aces. Bottom. Pot. And they could have caught 10 jack. Fuck, that sucks.
Mm.
That sucks so fucking bad. Yeah. God damn it.
Oh fuck.
That's a jack. That was a straight. Like, there's no way they didn't have a straight there. There's no fucking way. Ugh. Yeah, fuck it. I'm done here. Toast. We lost a little bit. We got eaten up. I don't know if that was good or bad poker. I think that was truly mediocre poker.
We're living up to our brand.
Yeah, let's get this over here. Let's do this. You gonna come in for the post game there, Raina?
Sure.
Yeah. So we played what we did. They were definitely. Oh, my eyelash is falling off. Oh, oh. Let's get Clockwork Orange on that shit.
Oh, we'll fix that and edit.
Yeah, I love that. I love it like this. The Droogs came and they took my hand away. Anyway, but like, yeah, so I mean, I don't feel like I played great poker there. I was distracted. I wasn't paying as much attention to hands as I should have been, as I could have been. I don't think I played like especially badly. I definitely upon review will definitely have found a couple leaks and a couple mistakes, but like I don't think I made any especially egregious plays. I think like we mostly did just get a lot of suck outs and bad beats. And I mean, not even bad beats, just beats. Like, I mean, I don't think I was folding out of line. Like, I think I genuinely was folding to better hands. I don't think I got bluffed off of much. I don't think anything. I think just we had a couple bad runouts, and that's just how poker goes sometimes. And so I don't feel super bad about losing that session. Like, I think it's okay. I'll make up for it tomorrow or later tonight or something. But in any case, that's Mediocre Poker. Rayna, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Charlotte and Emily. Always a pleasure.
Third one.
At least I live to play another day, says Charlotte. Yes, I did not die
On
in
and
that game.
on point branding.
On point branding, yeah. It truly was a mediocre poker session. So with that, I think I'm gonna hang out, get dinner going, relax, chill out for the weekend. Kisses, y'all. We'll see you next week. For next week, remember, we are gonna continue raving safe. So like stick around for more educational stuff, and then we'll see. And then mediocre poker won't have any surprises. It'll be like this, hopefully better. Hopefully we'll win. But it'll essentially be this. So we'll see you then. And possibly Border Trans is coming back next week. We're gonna see. We're gonna test it out, but that'd be nice if it was. I miss playing it. So like we'll get back to playing Borderlands and being goofballs with guns. I love it. All right. Au revoir. Ciao, bellas.